And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys. What's up, everybody? What's up, Herman? How are you? What's up, Recovery?
Good. How you doing?
Third Eye View said he'll be back. He went to go get some Powerball tickets. Good luck to him and everything. How are you, Herman?
I'm hanging in there. I can't complain. I'm just doing my
Happy
thing.
New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yes. This is our first official Sunday night, guys, in 2022.
Well, it's our first show, back for the year. Now, I can't hear you, Lawrence. I guess he's frozen. And I'm here by myself. Oh, yep, that's what happened. I don't know what happened to him. Must have lost his internet. But how is everyone's New Year? How's it been, so far? How did everything get started for you? Hey, Johnny Joan Flyer. Who's out there? Third Eye View. What's going on, man? Bob Casey, what's good, man? I don't know what happened to Lawrence. Oh, here he comes. He came back. He's back. But let's see what's happening. He's muted right now. You're muted. You're talking, but you're muted.
Oh, can you hear me? FYI, I'm sorry. Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. Unfortunately, I heard you heard the loud banging before we started, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a guy working on cable lines in our hallway. Our next door neighbor's having cable installed. So knowing how they do cable in the buildings, they have one line coming up to the floor, and then they have splitters. So he went out there, did some banging, whatever, but in case my internet goes out, guys, I will be back on. I don't know when the hell, but I apologize for that. Checking with tech support, LOL. No, it wasn't tech support. It's actually Spectrum Cable Company installing cable in the apartment next to us. Rob, Aviano, Rob C. What's up, everyone? Funny Drone Flyer, Sky Control Productions. Third Eye View started out here 23 degrees in Texas. Yeah, it's supposed to drop to 33. What's up, everybody? How are you? Bob Casey, Happy New Year to everyone out there. This is the first live stream of 2022.
It's easy to say of the year, right?
What happened? Hey, Steven.
It's easy to say of the year.
Yeah. Of the year. His first live stream of the year. Yes, basically. And welcome back, everyone. So if my internet goes out intermittently, it's because this guy next door is still working on her apartment or whatever, but I promise to be back on. I'm hoping it doesn't. I wanted to let you guys know.
How does that interfere with it? I don't understand that guy.
Because
no, I know how it can. I don't know why it should.
First, Herman, we're talking about Spectrum. The employees of Spectrum are subpar to certain standards here in New York City, but they still work and they still have jobs and they still install cable.
Not getting involved with it.
Okay. But anyway, if you live in a large building, what happens is they have one main line coming into the building, and then they go to each floor and they branch off with a box. And with a box, there's supposed to be a box for each apartment. But instead of them being a box for each apartment, these dummies put a splitter. And it's a whole bunch of bullshit. But anyway, Happy New Year to everyone. I want you guys to realize
always been like that.
If you notice, I had mentioned this before the new year came in, and I said we were getting rid of all of our admin except for a handful of people. And that's only for security purposes. And I figured it would be great to start.
Everyone, what's up, man?
Michael Blades, how are you? I figured it would be the best way to do it would be to start out the year anew like that. We won't be giving out admin privileges, blue wrenches anymore. Like I said, for security purposes, we're tightening up ship. There are only four people who, right now, actually, four people that are actually admin. I'm thinking about adding a fifth, but the guy's working on a cable next door. Yeah,
Oh,
he's now TV's out. So
yeah, see,
yeah, well, he messed up the internet here too. I just barely
that
got it
don't
back.
make no sense.
I know he should not interfere with this apartment at all, but yeah, he's from Spectrum, so you can't do nothing about it. Why you can't? 'Cause you first go relax. You can't do nothing about it. The TV will be back on. The internet went off, and it came back on. Trust me, it'll come back on in a minute. She ready to go out the hall and beat up the Spectrum man. 77-year-old woman. Like, come on, man. Go sit down and drink some sleepy time tea, and the cable will be back on. Lawrence, that's how
Yeah,
it's really supposed to be. Admin should be limited. I agree, Johnny Drone Flyer. I will not. She wanted to go out and beat up. She's supposed to be sick, Herman. You remember I told you she had a cold or whatever, and she's
can't
going
hear
to.
you.
Remember I told you she wasn't feeling well,
Uh-huh.
but she was feeling well enough to go curse out the cable guy next door because her TV went off. This is my 77-year-old mom's, but it's another thing. Anyway, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys, where if I lose my signal again at some time and point, I will be back on. Like I said, they're installing cable next door. How it's affecting us, it's not supposed to, but he better stop it because he better get
You don't know
down
how important television is to people.
to the elder.
The older you get, it's a
Hmm.
lot of information. They're used to getting information from it.
Happy New Year's, Gary. That's a bold move, Lawrence, telling her to hold on while you're online. You're right. You're right. Yeah, right. Didn't I see you watching TV on that thing over there? But anyway, what's up? Happy New Year to you. I hope all of you are well. How was your New Year's, Herman?
I mean, it was good. I mean, I hung out with my father for New Year's.
Okay, I remember. We hung out all day.
Last year how it was, no one could, he couldn't be around, each other because of COVID, and then,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year,
I
I
know.
mean, even
Nobody
as
could be
bad
around
as it
anybody.
is, we were able to do that. So
My brother Sergio used to work for Xfinity back in the day, and they're not supposed to mess with your line. Exactly. That's what Herman was
right, that's
saying.
what I'm saying. It doesn't.
Click that like
But
button, guys,
that's
please.
that's
He was,
why it kind of tells me that maybe the
hey, Mr.
equipment might
J,
be bad.
dude. They just when were they here to change out those wires in those boxes? 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were just here because the internet would just go, internet fine. Hey, fly guy Merle, the internet fine, internet fine. All of a sudden, internet going bad, internet gone. And they came and they changed some wires out and stuff, and because the signal wasn't full strength, sort of like the problem you were having, Herman, where you're paying for a certain speed, download speed and upload speed, and you were getting maybe 2/3 of that or a third of that. Well, that was the same problem here. So they just came and fixed that, and like you said, he's not supposed to be affecting our line if he's working next door. I'm just
That's what I
saying.
said. That's why it sounds like to
You
me
can
like
see
the
me
equipment
bouncing
might
up.
be
It's
bad.
because this chair is broke and it keeps sliding down on me until I get a pair of vice grips to keep it from sliding down on me tomorrow. So by Wednesday's show, I should be the same height every stream. Or every now and then you might see me do like this. If you're looking closely, I'll just go like that, so
Yeah,
or
and you keep messing with it, it's liable to just get stuck down there.
I'm not far from throwing it out the window. For real, that's how tight I'm getting with it. But anyway, I hope you guys all had
Throw
a
it out
very
the
good
window.
New Year's Eve and a New Year's Day breakfast.
You know what, Lawrence? Aren't you on the second floor? It's just gonna bounce one time and probably roll to the side.
Well, technically, we're on the third because they don't count the first floor in these buildings. The first floor is the lobby, and then they have the first floor, and then they have the second floor. So it'll build up some speed by the time it passes the first floor.
Yeah.
Jones 863, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Carolina Air Shots,
No,
good
but
evening to you. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. If,
but
like I said,
but on the drone,
huh?
but on the drone mention, it's been an interesting week.
Yes, it is. And I wanted to point out, I want to see all you guys out there that do drone videos. I
Mhm.
hope to see, hey, Bob Casey, thank you for reminding everyone. I want to see you guys put together some kind of end of the year compilation. Okay. And I hope everyone has enough footage to do something. I actually put together an FPV one, but I need to do one with my camera drone footage from this year
Oh, hey,
as well. So in fact, my FPV compilation is coming out tomorrow morning,
oh, really?
but I usually launch after the Monday after my live streams. Hey, Bobo, Happy New Year, man! Happy New Year to all of you out there. Hope you had a very good New Year's Eve, a very good New Year's Day. Herman and I were invited to go film somebody. One of the coaches from Erasmus Hall,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and every New Year's Day in Coney Island and on the peninsula for Rockaway Beach, they have a club called the Polar Bear Club. And every New Year's Day at lunchtime, 12 o'clock, they go out into the water. Now, Coney Island didn't have as many people, but they still had close to 2,000 in their crowd. Out in Rockaway Beach, where Herman and I was, there were groups spread out. If you were to put everyone together, I'd say maybe it was about 200 or 300 people. Everyone was spread out. No one wanted to be near other groups and stuff like that, with this Megatron thing going on and Omicron and everything else. You don't know what kind of cron to call it anymore. But we were out there. It was raining. It was raining all day, and we were out there. I could not fly my drone to get the shot I wanted. I actually wanted to use active track because Coach DeRaggio is known for doing his polar bear plunge, but
Yeah,
he's also infamous for going in the water and staying in the
staying
water
out there.
and
I don't
staying in the
know.
water
No matter
and
how
drifting
cool
with
it
the
is.
current in the water. And he stays in anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes, depending. Hey, Drone Views Media, Happy New Year. And Herman got footage of him because it was raining. Like I said, I couldn't put active track and follow him out in the water like I wanted to because it was raining. I wasn't putting my Air 2S up in the rain. If it was foggy or misty, I might have risked it. But
No, it was raining.
there were big gumball drops falling yesterday. But he was out there for about 4.5, almost 5 minutes.
No, he was
I
out there
might have
for
been
5 minutes.
Yeah, it was about 5 minutes,
Because
right?
yeah, it's a little over 5 minutes because they timed him.
Right. Oh, they timed him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's crazy. You remember that
On New
lady
Year's Day.
we were where we at over in
Your
still there?
internet.
Oh, here he goes again. He's about to disappear again, unless I'm the one that's going to disappear. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm just going to keep on talking unless it's him or me. I don't know. But yeah, as far as that going in the water, and Lawrence and I were at Manhattan Beach one day, and it was freezing cold out there flying.
Mhm.
And
I remember.
this older woman, I don't know, woman, she just came, she's walking on the beach on the boardwalk or whatever, well, those beaches have like a concrete boardwalk. They don't have really a boardwalk per se.
Exactly.
And she's walking along there. She walked past Lawrence and I. She went over a few benches, and she started taking off her stuff. I'm like,
He
Lawrence,
started undressing.
so what is this
Yeah.
woman doing?
Big
And then
Matt.
she walks out across the sand and goes into the water. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
Well, we thought it was crazy because we had
And
winter
it was
coats on and we
freezing
were
cold. I
flying.
could barely fly.
Yeah. They're for those of you, Happy New Year, Jerry Bauer and Big Matt. Yeah, we thought it was strange because we had winter coats on and she was undressing right there, a few benches from us, and smiling and saying hello. And me and Herman are looking at each other like, okay. But like you said, she actually went into the water and was swimming. And she wasn't splashing around, she was swimming. And it was frigid. But that's not for me. Definitely. Now Lauren's gonna be out. They're yelling at the Spectrum man. No, Bob, I'm not gonna go out and yell at the cable guy.
We
I'm
did
gonna
the
stay.
whole and then came back a little bit.
Yeah, Lawrence is on the Soul Train bus to move, big guy.
Yeah, whenever it happens, I'm not sure if it's me or you, but now that I know it's you.
Yeah, it is me. He's still working next door. Happy New Year, Big Matt. Afternoon in the chat.
Oh, Big Matt, what's good, man? Well,
Fly Zone
I was
drones.
talking to
How's
Big Matt.
everything?
I was talking to Big
Happened?
Matt. I was talking to Big Matt the other night. We were talking about a couple of things that was going on out there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What happened?
Dang. I was looking for my V 3.1. But we won't go there. I digress.
What happened?
Um,
Oh,
I was looking for my V 3.1. Matt
oh, okay.
Bagwell, how are you? What's up? But anyway, I wanted to point out something really quick.
No.
Okay. I was saying that you guys are going to get tired of hearing about those guys and stuff like that. I forgot to pull the damn pictures up. I'm doing real good here, Herman. Okay, open up location, open up file location. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to show right here.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to thank a young lady named Jessica who asked for my logo. I'm going to show you guys this.
Okay.
Who asked for my logo and did this to it.
Okay.
And she even asked me, what am I, left-handed or she's also doing one for Phantom Flight 101. She's actually Aviano Aerials. Young people out there are doing something good or something for the positive or something constructive. I'm a full believer that you should share and support those individuals that are doing that. Now, I wanted to point out, like I said, this is her page. She does custom jobs. If you like the way that mug looked,
Wow.
okay. All I can say is you could custom mug. I don't know what her rates are, but that was done so we could show up for work.
Let
And
me
I
ask you.
put her link in the page.
That link is to her.
That's to her Facebook
website?
page.
Okay.
That's to her Facebook page where she sells her work. And like I said, it's called Just for You. Your name is Jessica, so it's just for you. I figured
Okay.
I would support her because since she did such a nice job on the mug that I can't wait to get the sucker now to drink out of it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll put it up again. What do you think about it, Herman? I mean,
Nice.
for the first time, I've seen my name and
I
my
like that.
logo on the cup, right?
Mhm.
So she does coffee mugs and stained glass, all kinds of stuff. Just go check out her page and show her some support. Okay, I would appreciate it very much. Those guys appreciate it. And
Okay.
this mug is sponsored by Just for You.
All right.
Here's her page. That's Aviano. Aviano. Hey, hey, M Drone, how are you? Hope all is well. Aviano Aerials. That's Rob C's daughter's page. She
Okay.
supported us. I will probably show the picture again, but I figured
JRC.
we we want to advertise for her, bring some business her way. She's a young lady doing it on her own. She's not playing video games. She's not out hanging out anywhere, you know.
No,
She's
it's
doing
good to
the
see
right
young
thing.
people doing good things like that.
Exactly, exactly. I'm a firm believer. If someone's doing something positive, support them in it. M Drone, I hope.
Hey, what's up, man? Mark Fisher. You know what? No, he's gone again. He disappeared. No, it's great to see young people doing, such, good work like that, taking that step forward and it's like showing that, that work initiative to be out there and trying to change the world, doing things their way instead of, always following suit and hanging out with their friends. And everybody can do that, but it's just be out there doing, taking that step forward and then and creating your own business. That's beautiful. I like seeing that happen with young people. Lawrence is gone. Yep, he's gone completely. He'll be back soon. I guess the cable guy done cut him off again. But yeah, like it's beautiful to see that. But Lawrence has a few stories that he has for us tonight. I'm just waiting for him to come back so he can start this off or whatever he wanted to, his structure, how he wanted to go with it. But you guys, try to support that young lady. If
Right,
you
I'm back.
have anything you want to, have printed, you can do something. This, I guess, you can do. What's so great about it. I believe you can do specialized. Just you not have
Yes.
the big orders, so
Right, custom
it's
orders.
suitable, right, for the average guy. So show us some support. She's doing good things.
Yes, yes, yes. So once
And plus,
again,
I've met the young lady. She's a very nice person.
yes, yes, and she looks a lot better than her dad too. No, I'm just joking. Rob, you know we love you, Rob.
You made it sound
She's
like that,
supposed to.
fella.
She's supposed to. You know we love you, Rob. But that mug was sponsored by Just for You. There's her page, Lawrence. There's her information right there. She does special order stuff. It's Rob C's daughter, Aviano Rob C in the chat. Support her. That's her Facebook link right there. Check her out. I can't help but support someone that's doing something doing something positive. That's what it's all about. And I'm really like this. I was hoping, Herman, that the logo that I had would have been able to send to them because I wanted it to be a surprise and have both of our mugs here. But that didn't work out. What the logo that I sent, I don't think it looked pixelated or something to that effect. And they were going to touch it up, and I was like, no, just hit up Herman and show. So she does custom stuff like this, custom etched glassing and things. Check out the page, support her. It costs you nothing to support someone that's doing something positive. At least go look and check out. And
Okay.
Lawrence had better connection at Applebee's last Sunday. Oh my God, man. Well, we found out what that issue was, Rob. That issue was we needed to go live from a hotspot, either my phone or Herman's phone. We were
Well, that
using
was you're probably using the
T-Mobile's
internet
hotspot,
from
which
the
was
no. What it is using the you have to use the guest internet connection from the Applebee's.
okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Well, cell phone service, the cell phone connection over there sucked, FYI. I just figured I'd point it out. Yes, just because cleaning up the image now. That's the one that I sent. Okay. Herman must not have sent the logo then. But I'm waiting.
He
I
never asked me for the logo.
huh?
He never asked me for the logo.
Hold on here. Hold on. I can go back to the text. Hold on. Can you send Rob C a copy of your logo now? He wants to make um a mug like this one, and I showed mine. Maybe it didn't get through, or something was screwed up, but that was it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, she's cleaning up the logo that I had. It looked digitized and stuff, so, and then she'll print it out, and tell her I appreciate it. But like I said, go by and support her. She's a young lady doing things on her own, very independent, and I appreciate that very much. Hey, we're going to get into some drone news now. And what I want to get into is something that a lot of you people out there are wondering. How come I, Lawrence, Novice Quads, does not fly digital? Well, the views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat. Now that that's out of the way, hey, AZ Drone Dude, I want to say I would love to go DJI digital, and I'm glad I did. And I wanted the digital technology to advance a little more before I finally did go digital. And at one time, hold on. Okay, at one time, DJI, before DJI goggles came out, you guys may not have known this, but there was a company out there that had a digital system.
Wow.
DJI came and knocked them out the box, and the company that had a digital system, excuse me, before DJI was the infamous company that makes Fat Shark goggles. And if you know anything about FPV, Fat Shark Goggles is the number one name when it comes to goggles out there, analog, and everything going back before analog or whatever there was before it. But the point I'm making is they came out with a system called Shark Bite digital system. And it was prior to DJI coming out. The problem was DJI was close to launch, and they tried to launch slightly before DJI, and DJI knocked Fat Shark with the Shark Bite digital system out of the air. And what I mean by they knocked them out of the air, a little over a year ago, making lots of money selling analog headsets, they decided to put their support behind the digital FPV system that broke the standard definition into HD. And they came up with a pair of goggles, which I own, that actually fit the module. With this is actually, I could show, I guess, well, I can't show it unless I download it. Save image as that. And let's go here and show in folder and blah, 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 blah. That was one image I didn't download.
Well,
Also.
actually, it was a great time for them to do that because as a popularity for it growing and growing at that time, with people getting into it new, they could have jumped straight into the digital system and never have experienced the analog system.
This is the actual module that Fat Shark had came out with. Here's the little shark logo on that turns your analog goggles to digital goggles. Okay. Now the problem with this was when they came out with it, originally, I think they wanted to charge $300 and something for it. And DJI at the time wasn't charging as much for their digital goggles. I don't know what the story was, but this was the actual module. Now the story goes
with that,
huh?
And where do you place that?
What are you talking about?
This unit.
Oh, this unit went over the front of the goggles.
Gotcha.
This unit went over the front of the goggles. Hold on. See if I can find something here with me with goggles on, and then I'll show you.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, but they fit over the front of the goggles like this. And those white panels and let me just go back to the damn picture. Those white, I'm all
I get it.
Right. Well, those panels went over the front of the goggles, and those were your patch antennas. Well, Fat Shark has decided to throw their card in and get out of the digital game. Since DJI has launched their digital system, Fat Shark has been not doing so well. And it was
Oh,
mainly because when they came out, they cost more than the DJI goggles.
right. But then also was it now was it an availability issue and now support issues? It's just
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
unfortunate that they choose not to compete in that market, but
Well, according to them and their quotas, I'm trying to find a quote of
aren't their goggles still useful?
their goggles now. See what right? Their goggles are still useful. Fat
Mhm.
Shark is going to keep and continue. They said they're going to continue in making their
Right.
goggles, but their HD module system that was $249.
Hmm.
That was for, now check this out. That was for the module that went inside the drone. We're
Right.
not talking about that square piece. That square piece was more than a DJI goggle system itself. And everyone said, why are you coming out with something so expensive? You should be coming out with something cheaper than DJI so people can go to you. So they wind up lowering that module down to $249
Right.
that fit onto the goggles. And then when they still weren't selling it, they lowered it down to 100 and then it went off the shelves. So now imagine getting a $100 module set as opposed to spending $400, $500 for a set of DJI V2 or V1
Hmm.
digital goggles. You know, they
Okay.
say
I mean, it's
that
the price. I mean, now what about availability?
did nothing, nothing. And I don't want to talk about this because everyone talked chip shortage. I don't want to go into that garbage. I don't believe there was a chip shortage. There was never a chip shortage, and I don't care what you say. I don't believe in it. That's all bullshit.
I told you about that.
Right. So we're not going to get into it. They're saying that availability has become very hard for them to get parts to build these things. In fact, I'm going to read the exact letter and then we'll get into that availability part of the story. But this is UE European Repair replied to a gentleman. It's
Right.
like little three paragraphs. Said, thank you for contacting Fat Shark. Sorry to hear about your shark bite issue, which is the module system. As you
Oh,
know, the
yeah.
developer DVM has recently transitioned from a supplier to manufacturer and is now providing products direct to retailers under the HD0 brand. We are excited about this transition as it will allow Fat Shark to focus on doing what we do best, building headsets. See, you're not talking nothing about that module and allow DVM to interact directly with the pilots and retailers to develop and improve their products. Meaning they're going to go with the goggles, the three and four and five and six, $700
Yep.
goggles that they've been using in analog and leading in the world in. Fat Shark will continue to support Sharkbite products from manufacturing defects. However, we no longer have parts to service or repair damaged units after use. We regret that we must forward this case to DVM for resolution. However, they are extremely motivated to support this market, and I'm sure they want to learn from the failure modes you are experiencing to help improve their products. So they not only
You,
are they saying that we're not
you,
supporting shark bite anymore, and we don't have after you use it one time, we
mhm.
can't repair it. They're not supporting it. After
Well,
doing that, then they're
well,
going to tell you that they want to, hey, rigor mortis,
well.
then they're going to
Actually,
tell you,
what they did was they kind of reneged on what they said in that deal.
yeah,
They
yeah,
will support they will support manufacturers' defects, but we don't have any
yeah,
parts to make repairs.
right, right. So they kind of split tongue talked right then, and then they go and say, even though we can't help you with this problem, we would like to hear about your experiences, like they do on the phone with like Amazon does.
Mhm.
After you pissed and cursed them out, they say, would you answer a survey to ask how we did?
They don't care about that.
Of course they don't, but that's what they're
No one
doing.
cares
Mighty
about
Drone
those
World, how
surveys.
are you? Happy New Year to you. Rigor mortis, how's everyone? But to let you know, if you were to try and purchase, and see, this is why I'm going on why I'm still flying analog. I almost got into buying Shark Bite. Not because it was different, but because it was a system that was, how would you say,
Cheaper?
open source, as close to open source as you can. You know, DJI stuff is only their platform, and it's DJI and only DJI. It's Apple or only Apple. But Sharkbite was talking about using open source to perhaps enhance their goggles and stuff like that. And now I'm glad I didn't invest in Sharkbite because I'd be pissed. I would have converted everything that I have, which is analog, to digital using the Sharkbite system, digital system, and now Fat Shark comes out and says we are no longer supporting Sharkbite, but we're going to keep making our great goggles anyway.
Well, here goes some new goggles for your troubles.
Right, right. We're going to come out with a pair of goggles that cost $700-800 now.
Right.
Still
Here's
analog.
here's a coupon for 30% off on your next purchase.
Right.
We're sorry.
Right, right. So now I'm
And you'll
really
move
considering.
on to something else.
Exactly. So now I'm actually considering I'm going to wait until the DJI FPV2 comes out. And when the DJI FPV2 comes out, if they come out with it this year, I'm sorry, the DJI FPV Mini, because they're going to make a smaller version of what they have. When the DJI FPV Mini comes out, oh, see, that was another HD. That was another HD. Nitrine says, I brought the Orcas, supposed to be the future-proofed to be able to run HD. Aldo has not gotten there yet. And those are some great goggles. Fat Shark is working on new goggles, Lawrence. Yes, they are. They are, but they're not supporting Sharkbite, which is what everyone was saying. Hey, I can't afford DJI, but I could afford Sharkbite. I'm gonna go there. Now they've sold all these Sharkbite digital systems, and they're not supporting them. If you have them on your goggles, they will support the goggles you have, but they will not be supporting. Yeah, I'll be waiting, Lawrence. Rigor mortis, you're right about that shit. They're not supporting the Sharkbite digital system anymore. And they blame part shortages, which we all know is a bunch of bullshit by now, but let them keep on believing that. Every time you hear part shortages, the sentence part shortages, prices go up. That's all I'm going to say. And that's all I have to say about that story. So let me close that window out. The hell with that.
That's how it is.
Yeah, yeah. So now I know I know you guys out there. Hey Angie, how are you? How you doing? Hope all is well. Happy New Year to everyone. So what's going on? Anything you want to talk about, Herman? And I apologize for those of you who are about to see a commercial right now.
Commercial.
And for those of you who are not seeing a commercial, you're lucky because they do it randomly and I can't do anything about it. You know, but
I'm sorry.
yeah, I am too,
But
actually.
no one noticed the commercial really.
Well, so a few people out there that are watching the stream will get it, unfortunately, and a few don't. How they pick who gets it and who doesn't is way beyond me. I apologize. I haven't flown FPV in like a week. I'm having withdrawals. Dude, I have withdrawals not flying FPV and then seeing someone on TV doing it or in a commercial. Because now, oh, Maddie says YouTube Premium. I don't get commercials. Fat Shark is not working on new products. Rigor Mortis, they claim they're going to finish perfecting their goggles, but all they're doing is still putting out the goggles that have been selling. The HDO2s, which I have, I use those. Those are good. I finally put the M3 up in the air for the first time since the update.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Fly Guy Merrill. So how was everyone's New Year out there? New Year's out there? Did everyone have spend time with the family? What did anyone go out and fly on New Year's Eve? What's happening with you guys in the chat? Jerry Bauer, how are you again?
Well, you know,
Almost time that commercial didn't hear the now. Angie got a commercial. Okay.
what happened?
Angie, but sorry, I got to try and pay the bills somehow.
What happened?
That's one way of doing it.
What'd you say, Lawrence?
I have to pay the bills somehow,
Oh,
or, or at least make an attempt to. So Angie says almost timed that commercial. Didn't hear the now. LOL.
oh,
Fat Shark is on life support because of DJI, rigor mortis, and it's sad because Fat Shark could have come out with a digital system that would have been good enough for people that were in between that. I don't know if I want to go digital yet. But the fact that I don't know what the prices are where you live, rigor mortis, but the prices of that Fat Shark, that Shark Bite modular system were crazy, man.
hmm,
The gym I go to has a channel dedicated to drone and aerial footage. LOL, I zone out. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. A gym that has a channel dedicated to drone and aerial footage. You should tell them they should be showing those guys right now. Like Joshua Bardwell says something. You might learn something today. I love when he says that. I don't watch all of his videos because he's just too extensive on
right.
some stuff, but I have learned a lot from him. Now, DJI made a tiny dent and has a lot more to do with things you don't believe in.
What
It
happened?
made it, Rigor Mortis is saying DJI made a tiny dent. It has a
Mhm.
lot more to do with things you don't believe in. Oh,
Right.
I would believe that. And Jerry Bauer says, I got my replacement Air 2 today, delivered on New Year's Eve, and I've had a number of flights on it. Great care, refresh service by DJI, less than 2 weeks. You're one of the lucky
Okay.
ones, Jerry, and I applaud you for it. I applaud you for it because I'm gonna let you know right now, it doesn't always go that smoothly. I've heard. What if I told you electrical outages in CCP China had a lot to do with it? Um, I'd have to see some. I'd have to see some stories, but
What
I can
happened?
only imagine what is going on in the world of technology over in Asia.
Uh-huh. As far as
Shenzhen
Sharkbite
is all but
not being supported,
Shenzhen is all but shut down. And that's
understandable.
where a lot of drones come out of. Shark, Fat Shark. A lot of people make their stuff over there. We get a lot of electronics from Shenzhen, China, as well. Shenzhen, there it is. Damn, I didn't have any idea they were all but almost shut down over there.
Right.
I would have loved to get some information on that to be able to talk
But
about that
why
on.
would you not believe in that?
Hmm?
But why would you not believe in that?
Well, no, he has a comment. What if I told you electrical outages in CCP China
Uh-huh.
in the I guess
No, but
the
I
communist part of
wouldn't
China had a
disbelieve
lot to
that.
do with it? Huh?
I mean, there's a lot of things that you don't hear coming out of there because you're just not privy to that. But I mean, we're just pretty much also a sheltered nation where your information is limited to you as well. But I want to get into that. But
Yeah.
um,
My DJI Care refresh
I don't know. You're
equally fast
right.
synced on
I mean,
Monday
we
and the
wouldn't
new
have known
end on
if it's.
Thursday.
There's a
Wow.
lot of things that happen elsewhere that if you're not privy to the information, that's how I told you when I was active with Union and so critical thinking studies and meetings that they had. There was information that I saw that you would never have seen on the
Hey, Mike
news
Roach.
for a reason.
Right. Okay. Happy New Year, Mike. Good to see you out there. I see. I had no idea they were having such outages and infrastructure problems in China.
You
I
would
had
never hear
no
about that
idea.
unless it
I,
was, you know, a lot of things you don't hear about.
I could
I'm
believe it.
trying to find something here that
That channel is a good start.
what
China.
happened.
No, Rigor Mortis saying that channel is a good start. Well, I wanted to say Happy New Year to all you guys out there. Hope this is a profitable and knowledgeable year for all of us in
Mhm.
the drone community. And if you're not in the drone community, same to you. Um, all I can say is watch what you do. If you go flying, make sure your drone is registered. Make sure you have, hold on. And here's the tip of the night. From now on, at going into the new year, if your drone isn't registered, make sure you have these registration cards from the FAA, print them out. See, I have one on the front for the Phantom 4 Pro and one on the back for the Air 2S. And then I have one in the middle for the Mavic Pro if I'm flying it. Make
Oh,
sure you
really?
have the registration. Make sure you carry that trust, a copy of that trust. Just take
Man,
a
I
picture
ain't carrying
showing
nothing.
that you passed it. Carry a picture of it in your phone, because from what I understand, people in New York have been approached. I don't know how true it is, but people have been approached and asked, do you at least have the registration in that? And of course, you 107 pilots know. Excuse me. Hey, show, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate you. And those of you who are 107 also know you're supposed to have your 107 certificate on you at all times, along with flight logs, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just saying, as a tip for the year, especially flying in New York City, people are being approached now. And
Really?
people are coming up and they're asking questions like, "Oh, how long have you been flying? Are you getting paid to do this?" And then you've come to find out it's someone from the FAA. So, like I said, I haven't had this happen to me, but I have heard of one or two stories throughout the year of 2021 that people were approached and asked for their trust, to show their trust and or registration for drones.
Hey, Curtis, what's good, man?
Kidder's Dart, how are you, man? Mike Roach, that's the best way to do it. You carry in your phone and your case. And
Mm-hmm.
also, before you fly, one more tip.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Before you fly, yeah, we're rolling with tips tonight. Before you fly is the best app you can use here in the United States, even if you're flying FPV.
Aloft.
Because if you have a ceiling there and you use that app before you fly, anyone in law enforcement comes and asks you, do you have permission to fly here? Before you fly, we'll show you that authorization.
You know it's the same as aloft, right?
See, rigor mortis says no license, no problem. Come fly, beautiful Canada. Our enforcement arm doesn't extend, and 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 the float planes fly 25 feet above the treetops. It's an aviation Wild West here, except Ontario. Just avoid it. Wow. Do you need a separate card for each drone? Yes. Well, yes, you do. For each of your drones, if you have a registration number, which also has the serial number of the drone on it, et cetera, yes, I have a Phantom 4 Pro. I have the Air 2S here, and in the middle, I have my Mavic Pro. This way, whenever you're flying with that drone, you have that registration for that drone. Also, the registration number needs to be put outside your drone on the body somewhere, easily accessible. So if the drone goes down, they know whose drone it is just by looking at the registration numbers. Now, for like I said, for you guys who fly FPV, use before you fly. People say, "Oh, he can't fly here, it's illegal, blah blah blah." If before you fly says you can fly there, if someone of authority comes up and says, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here?" You could say, "I have authorization from the FAA to fly here."
Yeah. Well, as I was saying
And
to you, it's the same as aloft, you know.
yeah, Aloft does that too. Aloft
No, it's the
in the
same
United
thing.
States.
It's the same.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the same.
Yes. They both show you the ceiling height where you are. So just get used to doing things right, because we don't want to influence people the wrong way. I thought it was number one for all of our drones. It was only one registration. You want to know what? Yes, you're right. As a recreational drone pilot, you can use one registration, but I would seriously suggest register each and every one. The 107 pilots have to do that. They need one for each and every drone. Recreational, you do not, but I would suggest it anyway. That way, there's no conflict. You could put whatever you want outside your drone. Have no problem showing them it. Rigor mortis. That's you can do in Canada and get
Yeah, you
away.
could just magic marker on whatever you want on it. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, you basically can. All
Yeah,
right, we want to get on to this next
I would
story.
do that.
This next story has to do, and I need to pull up the picture, which
Get a
I
Sharpie, right on the side, whatever number you want to put on there. Just make sure you start it off with a couple of letters.
this is true. But this drone here is called the Swan 1750M.
Oh
It's
yeah,
in
that's a big
um,
sucker.
it's big. I want to show them a picture of it first so they can see what it looks like because then I have to go back and read the story. But this drone is 5 feet 8 inches wide. It's a hexcopter. It's designed to carry small people. And I say
Right.
small people because it has a weight limit of up to 132 pounds. And supposedly, here it is.
Uh,
Supposedly, it could carry a small human.
right.
Now, of course, this is photoshopped. You can see that's
Yeah.
photoshopped, and this and the dude is kind of short, no socks on, whatever. But this drone is supposed to do that. There was a company out there selling it,
Hmm.
called Alibaba, but they seem to have taken it down, Herman. And the day that I got the news, they
Mhm.
took it off the site
Right. That's like
because
a
Alibaba,
Amazon type of thing.
Which is the Amazon in Asia, they have an electric vehicle of the week section. They do stories on it, and this was a story of a drone that can carry a small person.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. News is what, like
and-
six or four 6S batteries or something like that.
yes, yes. Now Alibaba also says, don't get me wrong, you can find all sorts of ultralight death traps, aircraft, but they're all gas powered, and they're called. It's the story calls them death trap aircraft, and they powered by gas powered. Alibaba is definitely looking at these electric vehicles, they call
Mhm.
them. This
Now,
hexcopter that I showed you a picture of has a price tag of $10,000. Now
mhm,
you're asking, what do you get for $10,000?
mhm,
Well, it's 175 centimeters, which comes to 5 feet 8 inches wide. It's a
right.
hexcopter and it carries a set of four 6S batteries that, check this out for you FPV pilots. Imagine if you had this kind of power. Four 6S batteries at 32,000 milliamps. And Herman, you made a joke about you not putting those batteries on any airplane anywhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, it says that
They're not letting you travel
either
with
way,
that.
it adds up to 2.84 kilowatts of stored energy, which is enough energy for a small electric dirt bike battery. All right. So if it could move a small dirt bike, small dirt bikes can move
Mhm.
a human. Okay. It says they have 18-inch props and can carry up to 60 kilograms, which is up to 132 pounds.
See, you know what is funny talking about in the article? I saw what you're talking about with the fuel powered death traps, as they call it, and stuff like that. And it's funny because battery and battery, and it's we keep pushing for better and better batteries, but the tech, and we complain about how slow the tech has moved. But
Yeah.
you know what happens when the tech moves too fast? We had an incident. We have had several incidents where, remember the hoverboards? We don't
Hmm.
learn from that. We just keep getting, and we approve certain cheap technologies because we want things done quicker and we want it done now. We want it done now. We need it done now. And we accept a lot of things instead of waiting. Even in the electric car industry with batteries, wanting to have batteries now. I remember when they couldn't even find a battery to fit in an electric car to be able to get a car to regular run sufficiently. So,
Oh, Ernest was, go ahead, I'm
and
listening.
now that they have it, the fight is now for more, better and better technology. So when you look at
Yeah.
the article, when I looked at the article, I see when they were talking about this, talking about how there was only one electric vehicle found on that thing that they could do this. And I was like, wow, it's funny. The fight and fight and fight, but now it's using what, 4 6S batteries?
Yeah. 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 Now, what's strange about it was when
Nah.
I clicked on the link that said 10,000 hexcopters, it took me to that page.
Uh,
Now, instead of taking me directly to that page, it takes me to Alibaba.com site. So they seem to have fixed that link. But just yesterday when I got the story, actually, sorry, this morning when I got the story,
not
it
right.
was taking me to the page with the copter, and they had two versions. They had this version. Hold on, let me go here.
Which
Uh,
one? Because I have the one with the picture with the guy in it, and I have another one with the advertisement for the
right, right. I'm
the
trying to
new up and
pull. I'm
coming.
trying to pull that up now. Here we go. They have two colors. They have this orange where the front has two white arms, and then they have one in total white where the arms are orange, which shows the front direction. So you
Okay.
know which is the front of the drone. Like this is the GPS here in the back. So these two arms here and here would be white on that version that I saw this morning. And on the white version, these arms would be orange, and on the orange version, these front arms would be white,
Hmm.
which makes sense. So you can tell the difference with where the front of the drone is,
So you getting
instead of
one?
having to move the drone.
So you
But
getting
I
one?
thought it was interesting that they were actually selling a drone for $10,000. And then I tried to look for it. Heavy lift. I'll show you guys what I
Oh, it disappeared again. Uh-oh.
didn't come up.
What
So
happened?
maybe I put in heavy lift copter. Maybe they've taken it down, but they were selling it for 10,000. This is a heavy lift drone that they're selling for $20,000.
Okay.
Okay, but it only lifts 10 kilograms. So how heavy lift is that? But Alibaba, this is their Amazon in over in
Well,
Asia. And
well, I
I just thought it
mean,
was interesting.
it all depends on how heavy you think, it's heavyweight.
Yeah, what it depends on what you call heavy. I get it. I get it. Hold on, I'm back to the story. And this thing, not only is it 5 feet
It's
8 inches wide, and
155
so,
pounds.
but it also hits speeds up to 40. It can hit speeds up to 44 miles per hour, which
Carrying
is 62
155
miles per
pounds?
100 an hour. Huh?
Carrying 155 pounds?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no.
I
150,
was
you can
saying
only
carrying
carry up to
155
132.
pounds.
The guy who did the story says, I weigh 155 pounds. I doubt very much I could get off the ground. It could get off the ground carrying me. So yeah, he said it jokingly, but
Right.
and it's funny because he says, but as long as I can find a sub 60 kilogram or sub 132 or lighter volunteer to put their life on the line for science, we'll be back in action. Because right
But I
now,
don't think it's going to move at that speed.
no, it's not. It's not going to move at a speed of 44 miles per hour. And battery life does drop. Now, it has an operating ceiling of 4,000 meters. Okay, you can go as high as 4,000 meters and roughly can go a distance of 2.5 miles, 2.5 miles. Now, with something light, like 10 kilograms or something very light, it has a flight time of 90 minutes. But that drops to 51 minutes with just 10 kilo. Oh, no. All right. It has a flight time of 90 minutes normally without
Right.
any payload. But with just 10 kilograms of weight, it drops to 51 minutes. So of course, if you put that 60 kilograms or that 132-pound person or that 100-pound person, the time is going to drop dramatically. But I just thought it was interesting because I have a video here that I'm trying to pull up. Well, I guess I'll just share the page because I'm all screwed up today.
No.
I don't know what the hell is going on, but
What
this
happened?
is not the drone that we were talking about in the story, but for some reason there's a crazy quest for us humans to want to be carried by a drone. And
Oh, that's the Agra.
this is not one way I want to do it. Okay?
The Agra?
Yeah. No, no, no. This one, and I notice he's doing it over a grass field, cornfield, or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
this one is a lot bigger than the one we're doing stories on. But I don't know what it is, like I said, about humans that want to be carried by drones. I could see the ramifications of this in search and rescue. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Strap a harness around yourself. Are you sure this thing isn't Babylon B joke? No, no, they are actually trying to come up with drones that can carry people for search and rescue. If you can get a drone into a spot and get it low enough to drop a harness and it can carry a person out of that spot, hey, there's another story with drones for good, right, Ermin?
Right, right.
You know, that's the ramifications I'm thinking of it. There are lots of people that just don't want to be carried, not only just want to be carried by a drone, but they're thinking more along the cert. Yeah, that man is crazy. You're right, Fly Guy Merrill. And I don't care how much,
How crazy is he?
I don't know how much grass is below him. That dude is a Darwin Award waiting to happen. I agree.
How crazy is he?
I agree. It's amazing what people will do for technology. That's all I'm gonna say. That dude, honestly, and
Uh-huh.
I commend him. I wouldn't have got under no shit like that and hung. I don't care if it was 5 feet, 6 feet off the ground. If that thing decides to go haywire, he's in trouble. But the story, like I said, I had saw it. It was a random news story, and because it's a new year, there isn't a whole lot of. Now, this is going to sound strange because I always hear people saying there's not a lot of drone news out there, or there's nothing out
Oh,
there.
it's
Well,
not that
there
much.
is drone news out there. There's just not as much because of the new year.
Well, I mean, there's a few things out there. I mean,
Yeah,
like
there are.
you know,
There actually are.
like
And I'd like to apologize again for those of you who are about to see a commercial right
here we
now.
go with this commercial thing again. He's got this thing for commercials. I don't know what it is.
No, man, it's they want me to do it every 10, 15 minutes like some people
When?
do. I'm doing it every half
Who's
hour.
they? I don't see anybody else
YouTube,
here but you and I.
YouTube suggests that I insert an ad every
You trying
10
to
to
tell me that YouTube is right there, like show that commercial,
15
show the commercial, show it now.
Hey, Max here, what's good? Happy New
YouTube,
Year,
where
bro.
is he? I don't see him.
Lost connection and get a runaway while hanging on. Exactly, rigor mortis.
Where is
Lose
he hanging
connection.
out behind the train?
All of a sudden it decides to accelerate to a height of 4,000 meters and you're hanging on to it.
That's all
No,
right. Just hang on.
you're lucky, Fly Guy Merrill. Every half hour, but like I said, I apologize. But you can, what the hell? You can play commercials. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you the
Just
page.
hang on. That's all.
I'll show you the page here. This is basically how it goes. Okay. This is the stream here. Hold on, I gotta pull a window up to share it. This is my
Uh-huh.
sharing window. And right here, hold on. Right here,
Okay.
you see this little circle? See the little dollar sign? You can
Right,
see it
right.
here? Right. If you move the mouse over, it says insert ad. I could play another commercial if I wanted. He's
I
gonna get
got you.
landscaping commercials. Oh hell no, we're not. Angie says, hey, Mendez, how are you, man? Welcome, Happy New Year. Marcel, off access, what's going on? But I thought it was funny because I don't see what the fascination with is with is the fascination with being carried by a drone. To be honest, I don't want to be carried by a drone. I'd rather be inside a drone being flown, but carried, drone cuts out. Guess what's going to hit the ground first? You, then the drone is going to hit you.
No,
That's
it's not.
Herman. Oh, Herman. If I
Listen,
go back to,
listen, listen.
listen, I want to.
I don't advocate for nobody to climb on the back of a drone or hang on to it either.
Happy New
But
Year, brother.
but what I'm saying to you is this. Yes, we do have to take into consideration what if this goes wrong and this, that, the other.
Do
But
I
for
have
the
time to
amount,
make a
but
drink?
for the amount of, but for the amount of, what if it falls out of the sky that we say in the drone community? God forbid, man, the aviation felt that way.
You're right, Herman.
We'd
Do I
still
have
be
time?
driving across the country.
I'm gonna go make a drink real quick,
You're gonna go make a drink real quick?
if it's okay. The
What
last
are you gonna
commercial
make it
says
into?
sell. The last commercial says sell all DJI stuff and buy some exo drone that looks like and flies like a brick. Give me a few seconds, Herman. I'll be right there. Almost done. Okay, longer than a few seconds, but I'm coming. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Cheers to everyone. I have moved my live streams and 3D printing over to Twitch now. Barely any FPV content over there. Let's go. You know, I almost created a Twitch account the other day,
Okay.
but I already have a book this thick full of usernames and passwords. I don't know what I want to do. Herman, can we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
do
What?
one more advertisement for Jesse, Jess for you, because those of you, I know that a lot of people out there are there's a lot of people out there that are selling mugs and all kinds of stuff, and you got to wait 6 months after you pay $30 for a mug and stuff. Um,
Well,
show some support to a young lady asked for my logo
well, sometimes
just so
you might not want 100 million copies.
right, exactly. You may
You
want a
might
couple.
just want one a piece, two pieces, and
Right. So if you guys are interested in having your logo, your picture or something like that, or something etched onto a glass, right here was
what happened? Oh, he disappeared again. But yeah, like he was saying, if you wanted like your logo or something or anything you want, maybe I don't know, they could probably post pictures on there. I guess you can catch that link that he posted in the chat. I don't have the link to post, but you can go and find out everything you need to know about what you can get. Like I said, the beauty of the whole thing is that you don't have to have a big order. You can just go and get one piece made of it, something you want done special. That's custom to you, and that's where this comes in handy. So check out, and it's it's a young person taking initiative to step forward and do some good work. And I'm looking at some of the work that the young lady does, and it is very nice. I see the mug that she did for Lawrence, which is nice. I don't know where he is. Maybe he'll be back. Who knows? But yeah, he wanted to take this moment to support her right now, and I wish I had the link to give you guys. Did he put it in the chat? I see it was up here. Yeah, he did put it here. Where did he put it? Yeah. Well, he'll be back. And I don't know if the next thing we wanted to cover was, you know, in the last year, there was a few stories out there where, you know, drones have done a lot of good work. And some of the things that we've covered, you know, from even like, you know, going into a lot of the stuff that drones have done across the world and how they've changed and helped the world. What's up, Lawrence? I was just going on ahead.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you, man. I'm
I
back.
thought you had disappeared forever.
FYI, your mug is ready. She just finished
No,
yours.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up so these guys can see it. I apologize, but they're installing internet next door. Why the hell it keeps cutting me off? I have no idea. But why won't this open? Open in Photoshop, open in photos, damn it. What the hell? All right, here we go.
You know
For
what you're
those
doing?
of you that saw the mug with my logo on, she just finished touching up Herman's mug. What do you guys think of this? Would you drink coffee out of a cup that said Phantom Flight 101? Or well, and I did point out that he's right-handed, so when he drinks, the logo will face forward. Mine is here. I'm left-handed, so when I drink, the logo will show up there, but it came out pretty nice, Herman. What do you think about that?
No, I like it. I like it. I was looking
Yeah,
at it
see?
here.
Huh?
I was looking at it here on the
Oh, okay, okay.
front.
Well, everyone in the chat, if you're interested in having your own personalized coffee mug or have some etched glass or something like that done, all I can say is that this young lady here, Rob C., Aviano Ariel's daughter, is doing this work at this link. Stop by, show her some
Yeah, put
support.
the link in there. I didn't
Young
have the link to give everyone.
Yeah, here we go. I just posted. That's a
I
Facebook
have
link.
another job for if she does etched glass.
Yes, yes, yes. I actually went. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll go to her page right now and I'll show you guys some of the stuff that she does. So this goes to show we don't mind supporting people who, hold on, I'm waiting for this to disappear on top of the screen. There
You know
we
what you're doing?
go. Right there.
You know what you're doing?
Here it is. She does not only does etch glassing, but the name of it's just for you. Young lady's name is Jessica, and see etch glass on boards. These are 3 feet by 12-inch tiles, $24 a stand. I like that. Have your name, your college. See, this is stuff. Water bottles done. She's doing it all. I like that. Okay, even little pink elephants. That's kind of cute there. Oh, the date
Too
that the
bad you're
baby
not showing it to anyone.
Rob C. Huh?
Too bad you
Oh, you
wasn't
guys
showing it
can't
to
see it?
anyone.
You guys can't see it? I'm not sharing the screen. I thought I
Nope.
was. Damn it. Here, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Here we go. Uh,
Okay, here we go. Okay, you still there, Lawrence? Or you muted yourself when you can't hear you, Lawrence. Oh, he's gone again. I would I would go next door and choke the cable guy out by now. Lawrence is good. That in and out, in and out, in and out. But yeah, like I said, going forward with whatever he wanted to mention some, he had some stories about just covering some of the things that drones did that changing around the world. And you know, one of the number one thing that I can think of was the fact that we had in the middle of a pandemic, and there are companies that people stepped up and were delivering vaccines via drone, but there's one company that has been in the middle of that whole medical and delivering not only just vaccines but other blood samples and other organs and other things of that nature in the medical world for a long time, and that was Zipline. And they were one of the first. We mentioned stories about that, and that was just one of the companies out there. And
Yo, I'm getting
the
real
other
tired.
thing, huh?
I'm getting real tired of this shit.
The other thing that in that also along the lines of that we had also talked about, and this is going back before COVID even hit us, because like I said, Zipline had been doing this long before this year, but talking about them and with the whole thing with vaccines, that whole drone thing and delivering medical supplies. We start right here in the United States with Dr. Gwen's program over in North Carolina, with UPS and Matternet,
Well, you know
Zipline
what?
going under moving vaccines into areas that are undeveloped and it's hard to reach, and some places needing more than, one mode of transportation to get to. That was just one of the things that, was mentioned, along the year.
Well, out of those 14 stories, you know what else came up? The other night we were on the Fly for Fun, not the Fly for Fun, the Fly Zone drone show,
Right.
and we had got into a conversation, and it almost got a little heated, but it stayed within
Which one?
limits. And we were talking about
About
Maddie from Maddie's
Fly
Drone
app.
World, right, had asked
Oh,
me, what do I like, what do I dislike about the Fly app? And I went into explaining the entire interface. And then we went on and we started talking. It turned into a little bit of debate. Maybe a few voices were raised, and I want to point out that there was no harm or intention done.
right.
But I wanted to point out also that what I talk about the Go For app,
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it with love and affection because that's what I learned to fly on. And when I first got my first.
And he's gone. Just like that. I don't know what he was going to say about learning how to fly on the Go For app. I started with the Go app. I don't know. As far as the interface is concerned, the whole conversation turned. I mean, understand about things changing, innovation, but if you're gonna come out with something that's dumbed down and then spoon feed me back certain things in a different way just because I've complained about it, that's not innovation. Oh, he's gone again. Like I said, he's gone. I don't know. He'll be back again. Maybe he needs to go over there and shake the guy up a little. Oh, like I said, maybe his equipment is bad. They're changing out something that causes his everyone's internet and probably cable to go out, because that's the problem with the with cable and internet in these places, that everything comes in on one line and is shared one line going in and out. And if you interfere with that interface, then everybody loses. Well, anyway, but yeah, that was just one of the things, I don't know what else you wanted to talk about that, but I know there's a lot of these stories jump out at me, talking about, maybe he'll come back and continue on about that one. Oh, here he comes again. You're back, you're muted. Or you can't do two of them at the same time.
I'm really getting fucking pissed off. All right, now I'm really starting, but fortunately the show is almost over. Anyway, let's do our last story because
Well,
I'll.
what story did you want to cover? Because I mean, we could talk
Well, I
about
wanted to talk of one of the 14 stories. The point I was trying to make, and I got to hurry up and get this out, but we were
we
asked on
get
the
cut off
Flies on the
again.
Drone show, what I didn't like about the Fly app and stuff like that, and we got into
Oh
the
yeah.
story of, well, the Fly app could still be developed and blah 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 and things like that. But I also pointed out the Go 4 app is still a great operating.
There we go. Maybe that guy out there works for DJI. The tech out there. See that? That's what you get for working with Spectrum, with the scabs that they got out there working. I'm glad I don't have to use Spectrum. That's another story, another show. But maybe he'll be back before this one's over. Yeah. What I don't know what he wanted to say about the Go 4 app and the Fly app. I said what I said. I mean, people complained about the Fly app, and then they tried to spoon feed back everything. But the whole problem with it is how everything is addressed through the app with the touch screen nonsense and bringing up everything in your face. That was always the biggest issue for me, because everything is little tiny and you can hardly see it, and you got to touch the screen for everything, touching the screen. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But talking about what he was mentioning, well, we were talking about before, as the different things that how drones change the things around the world. One of the things we talked about was drones and them and securing our waters, and also carbon emissions. That was another thing that we had mentioned. And one of the things that we had talked about was the what was that? The Shibu camcopter was out there doing a lot of work out at sea with different in different countries around the world. The drone was out there and testing carbon emissions on ships, sulfur, and they had used it
Out in
to
the
test
hallway again.
something and to check. I think it was a spill in the waters. What happened, Lawrence?
He's out there again making noise. And
Okay.
now I'm feeling I'm not going to go out and say anything to him, because then he'll never come back in the building. But
That's
anyway,
not your problem.
let's go on. We have about 8 minutes left. I wanted to go on to
I
that
was
story.
talking about the whole carbon emissions and
Okay.
drones, you know,
Yes.
being used for that. That was just one of a few, crafts that was out there that was mentioned for this, for using for carbon emissions. Like I said,
Yeah.
it
Since
says wow, my eye sulfur on ships. So I mean, a lot of these stories that were mentioned throughout the year,
Mhm.
drones are doing a lot of things. I mean, there's not, I have
there was
man
there
out there
were
scooping it
tons
up
of
somewhere.
stories this year. There were tons of stories, Herman. But I wanted to get to one. We've also done a story on Boston Dynamics before I get disconnected again. We did
Oh
a
yeah,
story on Boston Dynamics and how Spot, the dog, well, just Spot from Boston Dynamics got a role in Star Wars. Those of you who are into the Star Wars series on Disney Plus, which I think they're just ruining, but I guess it is what it is. The Book of Boba Fett series premieres. They had real life robots from Boston Dynamics featured in their first of the series, the first story of the series. It says, in regards of robotics today, society is still a long way from having robots as extraordinary Star Wars R2D2s and C3POs. But for the most part, droids like them had to be fit with
hmm
people wearing costumes, etc., and a lot of CGI.
right,
Okay, the closest to a robot that they had was BB-8, the little ball with the little magnetic head on top. That was the
Mhm.
closest to the robots. But Boston Dynamics had a cameo in the video, and I'm going to set up the video. It's Boba Fett walking with his number one security officer and his armed guards behind him, and he is now, and this he is now, Boba Fett is now, if you remember Jabba the Hutt. Well, Jabba the
Mhm.
Hutt was a gangster. Boba Fett has killed Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, this is why I said they ruined the story, Disney. Well, Jabba the Boba Fett has killed Jabba the Hutt, okay, and now has taken over his town. And they're walking through. Jabba the Hutt was always carried everywhere he was because he was so big, but he was
Mhm.
always carried. And his right hand.
Oh, there you go. Disappeared.
This is it. This is the
Oh,
cameo.
he's back.
Again. This is the
Leave it to
cameo
Disney.
of, yeah, leave it to Disney to screw up the story, but this is the cameo of them walking through town and robotic Boston Dynamics cameo appearance ever in movies. There you go. Those are actual Boston Dynamics. And you can see that all they did was put a shell over the body there. I'll let the video keep playing, but this one seems to go astray. And then they showed them here in this screen going around the corner or whatever. But it's interesting because they're actually using robotics now where robots should be in the movies and stuff
Well,
like that.
it's
But if
funny because
there's their
the
visual system, their 3D system that they can see, and this is actually a shell they designed for the bots.
right. But see, it's funny you say that because years ago with the Star Wars series with number R2D2, and I don't know if
Uh-huh.
Marcel is in the chat or not, but or any Star Wars heads out there, but there's over 100 R2D2s just to do the things that
Yes.
R2D2 did
Different versions.
in the Star Wars series, or even in the I don't
Yes.
remember how many were used for the first two, but now you can use a robot that is actually designed to do things and can do multiple functions and not have to have a one take, or some, let's say, one trick pony. You know,
True. True.
when
That's
and
right.
these
That's fun.
Boston Dynamics uh things are also interactive.
Yes. Yes, yes, they are. Because if you saw in the video, the child that was hurting it, she actually tapped it on the rear and it turned around to look to see what the hell was tapping it, which shows the AI capability of these bots, which made it look like it was turning back towards them as they were walking past it, walking behind it. But she actually gave it a cue to turn around. She tapped it like once or twice and it turned around like, hey, what the hell was that? And then she guided it with the stick again in the direction it was going. But I just thought it was interesting that Boston Dynamics is doing this, and now they have an actual droid robot in that episode. It says many viewers recognize them as Spot, a robot owned and created by Boston Dynamics. So it's officially confirmed on Twitter, designed to resemble a dog, which we know that robot is Spot.
Right.
So I thought it was pretty cool that they used it. And who knows, Spot may make other appearances. Now I could see them actually almost dressing the legs now, you know? And to be honest, who knows where they'll go with it, if you think.
I mean, there's a lot of use for them in these movies, especially with the whole Star Wars. They've always had some kind of a thing passing by as a scene. It's going Star Wars. The way it's shot is famous for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's famous for that. So that fits right in there beautifully.
What did he put? I'm no Lutite, but AI should be burned at the stake. Rigor mortis, I'm not cool. Hey, what's up, Stevie Bronx? We have some shirts that Stevie Bronx gave us to give away that we need to give away at some time and point in the future. We need to arrange. Star Wars changed so much in the movie industry from the use of cameras, CGI, and green screens and other effects. You're right, Draymond. they have changed so much in the world that you almost believe their universe. So even if you know a story went one way, by the time Disney gets done with it, you don't know what was a
Oh
true
no,
story.
that's Disney. That's not Star Wars. What you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
What
Well,
Draymond's talking about. So,
Disney owns Star Wars. They own it.
no. What I'm saying to you, as far as Star Wars and doing that is not Star Wars. It's Disney that's doing that.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you are right
That's like
about
I told you from the last episode there when what do they call it? When Luke came to get the foundling, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Fett just got his armor
Yep.
that belonged to his father.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in the Empire
Oh, in
Strikes Back.
Mandalorian, yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was in the Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
But stop.
They twisted
That's a
story.
Disney thing.
Anyway, it's 6:30. I want to do one more advertisement. You guys check this out. What do you guys think about some Those Guys merchandise? And the reason I'm asking is because what the hell did I do here? Oh, figures. The reason I'm asking is because I'm thinking about maybe having a few of these made up and see what happens. Phantom Flight 101, he's got a mug that's coming to him, courtesy of Jessica, and that's the wrong thing. Oh, that's showing I got clearance to fly. All right, to hell with it. Oh, here we go. Screen sharing has stopped. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm like all screwed up here. Between the cable guy screwing shit up and me just not having pages
Yeah,
ready.
Happy New Year, Lawrence. Happy New Year.
You know what? Here, Herman. Let's do. Well, I was going to say let's do a drop in the shop, but you're ahead of me.
Well, I mean, I saw you sipping over there the whole show. I mean,
All right. Listen.
you had to
Sunday
go
nights.
get another drink.
Those guys drone shirt. Heck yeah, Bob Casey. Okay. See, now that'll work. That'll definitely work. We will look into that stuff. But we're just advertising for a young lady that needs some business to come her way. She's doing good things. Check out the page, get a custom mug, etched custom edge glass. Someone had a newborn baby, that kind of stuff. But we need to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
John Booth, you're no coffee cups. Only mugs, dude. I don't know about coffee cups. Go to this link right here.
What's the difference?
Check her out. If you're on Facebook, that's where she is. Tell her Those Guys sent you.
You got a coupon code?
Comment. Huh?
You got a coupon code for a
The
discount?
coupon code? No, I'm working on it. Maybe we can get a coupon code or something. Bob Casey says sipping the whole show. I was.
Sipping. He had to go get a refill in that big old cup. That's more than
Big old
sip.
cup. It fits in the palm of my hand.
Listen,
Yeah.
what's in it?
What's in it?
Yeah, what you drinking?
Some peach cognac.
Who?
A peach flavored cognac. That's all. That's all. Something, just a little something. Mm-mm. Sorry, Brandy. My
I was
bad.
gonna ask what
Yeah, no.
what the
I'm
hell
sorry.
flavors cognac?
I'm sorry. It's brandy. It's brandy. See, it must be good. I'm calling it cognac. I'm calling it yak. Here's a thought: branded landing pads. See, John Booth.
What
You
happened?
hear that, Jessica? Branded landing pads. You have your logo put on a landing pad. That would be hot. Good idea, John Booth. What Bob said. What did Bob say? All the best for those guys in 2022. Thank you, Bob. We're working on
Thank
it. We're
you,
working
Bob.
on. We have so much stuff coming this year. Our hands are full. We started out the year yesterday. working. So that's a good thing. Right, Herman?
I hope so.
I know so. I know so. This is going to be a great year. Look, we need to get the hell out of here.
Listen, I'm that guy that rolls with the punches.
That's what we got to do.
I don't
Exactly.
I don't have a crystal
You got any
ball
jokes? You got any jokes for us, Herman?
other than the fact that no.
Thank you guys so much.
No,
We appreciate
not really.
it. Well, go ahead, tell a joke, and then we'll get out of here. You're better at telling them
I
than I'm.
don't have any.
Okay.
I don't have any jokes.
We'll
Does
leave.
anybody in the chat have a joke?
Anyone in the chat got a joke? Come on.
If you
before
want me
we
to
get out.
find one online, I can find one for you.
That's almost scary, but if you want to.
Um,
Anyone has an Alexa? Alexa, tell me a joke. We used to make people's Alexas go off. That was funny if they could
what
hear.
happens if you ask Alexa to tell you a joke and she says Lawrence Clark?
What?
And she says Lawrence Clark.
Then I'm unplugging the bitch. Listen, Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
I thought we were going to have Happy New Year.
those guys. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year. Now you can get the drop.
Prosperous year. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
and we're out
Happy
of
New
here,
Year, everyone.
guys. Everyone have a great evening. I don't even have an exit button, but we're gonna get the hell out of here. Thanks. It's been fun. We appreciate you all. Don't forget to come by. Here's a joke: peach cognac, LMAO.
Yeah, that is a joke. Yeah, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. See
You
you
gotta
guys
hold the
on
button
Wednesday.
down for Alexa to hear you. Oh, okay. Good night, everyone. We appreciate you all. Don't forget to check out. Hey, Paul, have a good one. Oh, this lady in the bank wanted. Wait, this lady at the bank wanted to check her bank balance,
Uh-huh.
so I pushed her. Okay, we're out of here, guys. Enjoy. Everyone have a great evening. Peace. Good night.
Good evening, everyone. Good night.